Hello, I'm Stuart Henderson, the Managing Broker, and this is McDonald Realty First Pioneers video blog. I want to talk to you today for a few minutes about a problem that some of our clients run into when they want to sell their house, buy another house. They want to buy the house first and then sell theirs. But before I get into that, I just wanted to let you know that I did wash my face this morning. This is not dirt. I'm actually growing a beard. November has been renamed Movember, and it's National Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. And so all of the supporters of the people who are suffering from prostate cancer have been asked to grow a beard for the month. And lots of guys in the office, the salespeople who are growing beards, unfortunately they're a lot better at it than me. They get nice beards, all I get is this dirty face. So it's a little embarrassing and a little bit humiliating, but it's not nearly as bad as the guys who are suffering from this disease. So guys, this beard is for you. Now, what I want to talk about is if you want to sell your house and buy another house, but you'd like to find that house first, so you knew what you were going to buy before you put your house up for sale. And that's fine. I have some issues actually with doing it that way, but we'll save that for another blog. But what happens is that you find the house you want and you make your offer on that house, get it accepted. But the other realtor will put in what's called a 72 or 48-hour clause, something like that. And what that basically says is, we'll accept your offer, but we're going to keep trying to sell the house. And if we can get a better offer, we're going to give you 48 hours notice. You've got to remove all your subjects, including the one about selling your house, or the deal is collapsing and we're going with a better offer. So you think, okay, fine, and you agree to that, and then you put your house up for sale. And we begin the marketing process, and sooner or later we find a buyer who's willing to give you an offer that's acceptable to you, and we're all set to go. But of course the buyer needs about 4 or 5 days to do a home inspection and firm up their financing and maybe check the title and look at the property disclosure statement, things like that. And what always happens, and it never seems to fail, is as soon as you finally get that offer and it's agreeable and you put it together and it looks like you're going to sell your house and be able to buy the other one, along comes the 48-hour notice from the seller. And they've got a better offer and they're giving you 48 hours notice, remove your subjects, or we're collapsing that deal and we're going with the other one. But your problem is it's going to be 5 days or 6 days before you know if the buyer on your house is going to be able to proceed or not. But you only got 2 days to make up your mind about the house you're buying. Now, if you remove the subjects and just hope the buyer that comes through, that might be all right, but if the buyer doesn't, if they decide for whatever reason they're not going through with the sale, then you're stuck. You bought another house, and you're going to have to complete on it, which you may not be able to do unless you have lots of money without selling your house, and that deal is collapsed. So it puts you in a position where you may not be able to complete on the sale. And the seller, of course, has gone out and bought another house, and he has to complete on that sale, so he needs your money when it was promised, or else he's going to sue you. And you're going to get involved in all sorts of legal problems. Now, on the other hand, if you decide not to remove the subjects and just let that house go, because you don't know if this buyer is coming through for you or not, and then 5 days later the buyer removes all of his subjects and says, yep, we're going ahead, we're buying the house, you've lost, because what exactly you're trying to avoid has happened. You've sold your house and you can't buy the house you wanted to buy. Well, that was what you were trying to avoid. So that's been a problem for some of our clients, and we've looked at it in this office for some time and thinking, how can we avoid that thing from happening? We came up with a simple little solution, a clause that we put in our offer when we give it to the seller that will avoid that. And it simply says, look, if we receive, excuse me, if the buyer, our client, receives an acceptable offer on their house, they will immediately give you notice that they've received this offer and accepted it. And the seller then agrees that they will not execute the 72 or the 48-hour clause for 5 days or 6 days or whatever time frame we can get, to give us a chance to let that buyer go through his due diligence, remove his subjects, firm up the purchase of our house, and then we just go ahead and firm up the purchase of the house we're buying. If the buyer doesn't come through, we haven't lost anything, but we're still not going to get the house we wanted anyway, but at least we're not stuck with all these legal problems. So it's a simple little clause that we put in there. And I recommend, if you're thinking that way, talk to your realtor about it. If the realtor's a little confused about how to word it, have them give us a call. We'll be glad to share the clause that we've used. We've used it 6-7 times now. It works fine. Sellers don't really mind. They're willing to wait 6 days if they know they've got a sale on their house. So it works pretty good. Okay, so that's it for today, and I'll be back with you again shortly.